Hi, my name is Sabur Sheikh, and this is my Module 3 product over the selected work Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. In this product, I will respond to the 2000 AP Literature prompt. Many works of literature not readily identified with a mystery or detective genre nonetheless involve the investigation of a mystery. In these works, the solution to the mystery may be less important than the knowledge gained in the process of its investigation. Choose a novel or play in which one or more of the characters confront a mystery. Then write an essay in which you identify the mystery and explain how the investigation illuminates the meaning of the work as a whole. Through his journey of discovery crossing a line between life and death, Victor Frankenstein tells us that one's ambitions are often not in line with reality. He learns the perils of such endeavors. Frankenstein, a prominent scientist, wants to unlock the secret of life by creating his own creature. However, by doing so, he discovers the harsh truth about himself and having unworldly ambitions. In Chapter 3, Victor Frankenstein says, "So much has been done," exclaimed the soul of Frankenstein. "More, far more, will I achieve. Treading in the steps already marked, I will pioneer a new way, explore unknown powers, and unfold to the world the deepest mysteries of creation." This is in Chapter 3. This quote reflects on the mystery of life. Here, Frankenstein dwells on his time spent at the university as he sought to discover the mysteries of life and death. The personification of the soul of Frankenstein implies that the soul is an instrumental part in unfolding his ambition. He desires to be the first, a pioneer in this realm, to blur the line between life and death, exploring the unknown powers of man and creating his own soul. He implies that he is predestined to take such actions as he treads in the steps already marked. Hickman's belief that things were set up for him to successfully make such a pivotal discovery through his creation is far from realistic, yet he still believed in it to strongly act on it. His will to expand on the scope of humanity by creating life ultimately leads to his downfall. His attempt at creating a beautiful creature falls short when he creates a deformed monster. He is unsatisfied and remorseful of his creation and dissociates himself with it. As he is so preoccupied with his drive to create and believes that his actions are predetermined, he fails to take responsibility, putting himself and the society in which he lives in at risk of his consequences that he does not consider. As Frankenstein is engulfed by his thirst for knowledge, he is left lost and stripped of his own emotions and joy. When talking with Robert Walton, who rescued him from the dangerous ice floes, he tells Walton, "Learn from me, if not by my precepts, at least by my example, how dangerous is the acquirement of knowledge." This is in Chapter 4. His attempt at unraveling the mystery of life came at the cost of his social interactions, as he pushes himself away from society. Despite working towards something greater than himself, he concedes that his journey is perilous, suggesting that it had cost him dearly. Wittgenstein learns the importance of balance, as he is completely overtaken by this venture and dejected, alone in society from those who he cares for the most. Even if he is a reputable and accepted scientist, his decision to remove himself from his community and sacrifice for his own discovery takes a toll on his character. He was so captivated by wanting to know more about life and science that he sacrificed and left behind his own worldly ambition in pursuit of something almost godly. In Chapter 15, Frankenstein's monster has an epiphany and starts questioning his own purpose in existence. What did this mean? Who was I? Where was I? Whence did I come? What was my destination? These questions continually recurred, but I was unable to solve them. Chapter 15. While Frankenstein's investigation was centered around the creation of life, the beast he had created had asked questions regarding his own identity and purpose. The creature, having been rejected by his creator, seeks solace and finds himself reading Paradise Lost, prompting him to make such parallels in his own life with the relation between God and man. Frankenstein may be pursuing the mystery of life and science, but his creation sought answers to morals and the purpose of life itself. The monster, questioning his own existence and the nature of humans, serves as an indirect questioning of the relation of humans with God. As we are so preoccupied with our own ambitions and investigations, we often fail to consider who we are as a person and our real purpose on why we were placed on this earth. At this point, Frankenstein fails to make such realizations and is left misguided. In letter 4, Robert Walton writes to his sister, "One man's life or death were but a small price to pay for the acquirement of the knowledge which I sought, for the dominion I should acquire and transmit over the elemental foes of our race." He makes this quote exemplifying how important this discovery is to not just him but all other sailors. He claims that he is so devoted to finding such a pathway that he would go to the extent of giving up his own life. In a different way, the same quote can be applied to Frankenstein. He sought to discover the fruit of life. He finds himself metaphorically killing himself. His pursuit of finding knowledge on the mystery of life comes at the expense of his own comfort and peace, as he is left with a monstrous creation and an unsatiable desire to learn. In chapter 2, Frankenstein comments on his own nature. He says, "I have described myself as always being imbued with a fervent longing to penetrate the secrets of nature. In spite of the intense labor and wonderful discoveries of modern philosophers, I always came from my studies discontented and unsatisfied." His non-stop devotion to seek the secrets of nature, Frankenstein makes and comes to the realization that any discovery he has made has failed to satiate him. Despite being able to successfully create a living creature, he is not content with his results, as he expected more. Frankenstein gains a sort of reflective wisdom, understanding himself and his inability to be satisfied. Outcast explained: in this work, Victor Frankenstein is the outcast, as he feels guilty for being responsible of his brother's death. This is because he is the sole person who could have stopped or prevented such a tragic loss, as he created the monster which had slain his brother. Although other people in the society and family may both the same loss, he takes it deeply, as he is the sole person who is capable to prevent such a tragedy. Voluntary isolation of Frankenstein as he chooses to make such a discovery is prevalent in many works of the time. Related works that exhibit the same idea include Paradise Lost, with Satan as an outcast, left without guidance of his creator, leading to his development as an evil and influential being. In the same way, Frankenstein has the impression that he knows what he is doing as a leading pioneer in this new science. However, he has no one to warn him of the perils of such endeavors, and he is essentially devastated by his own actions. Overall, this work was very entertaining and informative of the harsh nature of our lives, how reality may not often be in line or agreement with our unworldly ambitions or expectations. Here are my works cited: Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, Paradise Lost by John Milton, and my images cited. Thank you for this opportunity, and I look forward to the rest of the semester.